So over time, we've broken this into 3 steps. We want you to understand that you're sifting through the contrast and you're asking all day, every day. That's step 1. Ask for what you prefer. Step 2 is not your work. Step 2 is the source within you, your inner being, that larger non-physical part of you, becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you have asked for. In the moment that you ask for it, and each thing that you ask for later, each amendment to desire that you offer goes into this spinning vortex. We want to demonstrate it here in this pure high vibration. Goes into this spinning vortex, and in that high flying, pure positive energy vortex, all that you have asked for already is. In other words, that larger part of you has become it. Now this is where our physical friends get freaky, because it is so annoying to hear that everything that you want already is, because you want it to be is right here where you is. You want it to be here where you be. You don't want it to be off in some nebulous, non-physical, ghost-like atmosphere. We get that. But we just want you to know that the steps to the process are you ask and it becomes vibrationally first. And then you must find a way to be a vibrational equivalent to what you're asking for. But you don't do that easily because you've been practicing your observation of what is with such intensity and with so much drama and trauma and with so many people telling you, can't you see what is? Can't you see what is? Can't you see what is? That it's hard for you to hear someone like us say, never mind what is. Instead of noticing what is, let what is have been the bouncing off place for what really is, and now you try to find vibrational alignment with what really is, and then it will really, really, really be what is. You must become interested in the vibrational reality that you've created, because if you're not aware of it and interested in it and practicing consistently the vibration of it, you cannot achieve your point of attraction. You cannot get your point of attraction moving with the same momentum, in the same vibration, with the same velocity of what you've asked for. And until you do that, it's going to bounce right out of your experience. It cannot come to you unless you are a vibrational match to it. So the big key is, how can I be a vibrational match to abundance when I'm living the absence of abundance? How can I be a vibrational match to clarity when I'm standing in a state of confusion? And the answer to that question is, you've got to understand that it's a vibrational experience, not an observational experience. You've got to figure out how you can offer a vibration that is different from your observation. Or you've got to figure out how to observe with more specific, deliberate clarity of focus. So that's what we'll be talking about here today. You are deliberate creators? Well, maybe. Sometimes. You are the creator of your reality? Absolutely. You create some of it by default? For sure. You have the ability to be deliberate in everything you create? Absolutely. And by the end of this gathering, you will understand fully how to go about that. So, here you stand in your physical body, sifting and sorting and asking, doing step 1 so effectively, as individuals and as collective consciousness. And the evolution of all species is about exactly that. Contrast inspires you to want more. So source becomes vibrationally a part of what you have become, and establishes a vibrational frequency that you can never separate yourself from. And you can tell that that vibrational frequency exists because you have emotions that tell you that it does. When you feel elation, that's your indicator that you're right now in perfect resonance with that vibrational frequency. When you feel frustration, that's your indication that you are not in perfect resonance with that frequency, but you're not so far off from it. When you feel hopeful, you're closer to that frequency. When you feel love, you're right smack dab in the middle of it. When you feel clarity, when you feel elation, passion, you're right up to speed. When you feel despair, when you feel fear, you're really far away from that vibration. So this is a very important thing to understand. You've launched the rocket and it is part of you. And that source energy part of you from which you came, who always holds you in constant awareness, is holding the vibrational frequency of your greatest becoming, of your furthest most expansion. But if you don't get up to speed and stay up to speed with that expansion, then you feel the gap. And that's what negative emotion is. So once you understand this, now it will be easier for you to understand how simple your work really is. It's so much more simple than you have believed it to be. You've been working pretty hard at life. You observe things wanted and things unwanted, and you sift them into piles. Don't want that. Do want that. And then you try to figure out how to get the wanted piles all around you and the unwanted piles further from you. But what most humans don't understand is that in this attraction-based universe, there's no exclusion. So every single time you give your attention to something unwanted and you say, go away from me, it comes closer. And all it means is you got to choose that high-flying disc and keep choosing it until you have success at it. If you choose it and then you get lazy before breakfast, then not much has been accomplished. But if you choose it and are able to maintain it a little while, now results are going to come to you that are going to keep the momentum going. We promise you. You cannot have an idea that thrills you and then that pays off without understanding what momentum is. Law of attraction is the heart of momentum. But when you choose this and then you choose its opposite and then you choose this and then you choose its opposite, you don't allow the momentum to get going. You see how it works? But when you choose it and don't resist it and 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 choose it and don't resist it, this is the energy that creates worlds. And it's available to you. It's coursing through you. All these unseen but not unknown, non-physical energies, all those who are supporting you and believing in you and knowing what you've asked for and knowing that it's all right, all rooting for you, never disappointed when you're not on that disc, but always there waiting for you to join. So then, you get really good at it. You're on the disc on a really regular basis. And when you start hanging out on that high-flying disc, guess who joins you? Others who are hanging out on that high-flying disc. So the funnest ones are there, the smartest ones are there, the nicest ones are there, the most appreciative ones are there. You live in a world and it makes you wonder, what's anybody complaining about? What are they complaining about? What's all that stuff that they're living? Don't think about that too long, but what's that stuff that they're living? Don't they know how good this life is? Don't they know how prosperous this world is? Don't they know how high-flying and good-feeling it is? Why don't they feel like I do, you see? Well, because they've practiced something else. This was a really good discussion. You feel like you can do it? You feel like that you sometimes are doing it? We promise you, you will never again not feel good without knowing why. You've just got some other momentum going. Never again will you not know. The question is, and we're putting it to all of you, is there anything more important than the disc you choose? Do you have options about which disc you choose? Are you likely to get better at it as the days go by? If you choose that disc and slip from it, does it matter? So if you choose that disc for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 days and you slip from it, does it matter? Is your likelihood to stay on it better after the 2nd week and 3rd week and 4th week and 5th week? Do you know people who always seem to be on that high-flying disc? Do you know people whose worlds seem to go well all the time? Do you know people who bounce back from whatever's going on no matter what? Is it necessary that you stay only in that high-flying place? Is step 1 part of the equation? Is it all right to occasionally step into a different vibration with a different momentum? And what does that establish within you? A stronger decision or a stronger determination to move into that higher frequency. Can you get it wrong? Do you ever get it done? So what's the point of all of this? Now we really want you to think about this. What's the point of all of this? Are we talking about this disc so that you can then allow those things, those experiences, those people, those women, those cats, those dollars? Are we trying to get you on that disc so that all that stuff will then gravitate to you? It's part of it. Be nice when that comes. But isn't there always going to be Aren't you always going to be standing in a place where you're making the choice? Aren't you always going to be standing in a place in your now where you're making the choice? So it's really a choice worth contemplating, because you can make it first thing in the morning or you can make it all day, every day. What disc am I choosing? What disc is this conversation on? Yeah, Abraham, I've been thinking. I drove all the way from San Diego to get in the hot seat because I wanted to tell you. Really? That's what you came all this way to discuss with infinite intelligence? What do you want to talk about now?
It's already been a really good day.
Yeah. It's a good day. It's a good day. And life is good and all things are possible. And I can do this. And I feel invincible. And I believe in the laws of the universe. I know that they're consistent. And I know that they're not working for me or against me. They're just working. And I know how they work. And I know about attraction. And I know about focus. I'm really good at that. And I know about emotions. And now I understand that emotions are the indication of the disc. And now I'm clear about what I'm reaching for. I'm going to choose the emotion first. I'm going to choose my point of attraction first. I'm going to watch what happens as I choose my point of attraction first. I'm going to tend to my disc. I'm going to tend to the spinning disc that I'm on. I'm going to be the center of my universe. I'm going to watch what comes in response to me. There's nothing more exhilarating than being a deliberate creator. I love living in this universe where there are so many options and so many subjects and so many things to think about and so many people that will play with me on any level of vibrational frequency that I choose. It is so rich with so much depth and breadth. I can't think of anything I would rather do than be in physical form out here on the leading edge, exposed to all of this contrast, choosing things and then watching the vibrational response to the things that I've chosen. Sculpting the energy, creating worlds, and never ceasing doing that. And playing with all of those who have been before, who are eager and still involved in what's going on in this planet, and sort of picking up where they left off, but not really picking up where they left off, but playing with them now. And realizing that every one of them, all those brilliant scientists, all those brilliant artists, all those brilliant songwriters, all those brilliant musicians, all those brilliant architects, all those brilliant athletes, all those brilliant everything that you can imagine, are now non-physically focused and available to me in their purest form. All of them there, ready to offer me insight and clarity on any subject in the world that I would choose. I have access to every single one of them. I want to get on that disc and I want to play with them. I want to play with them. I want to play with them in this world. I want to play with them in this world, see. And then other physical beings will join me. And we'll have wonderful parties, wonderful momentum parties where our joy will just reach higher and higher and higher and faster and faster and faster. Our love will grow deeper and longer and steadier, where we will sustain ourselves in the vibrational frequency that we started in the vibrational frequency that we understand. Living happily ever after. We're not kidding you. Ever after. No ending. Ever after. No ending. No reason to experience anything other than happiness ever. It's your choice. It's there for you. We're all there, keeping it going, you see. Nice to know. Yeah, really good. We've enjoyed this interaction. It's exhilarating to come together. Exhilarating. Do you understand that word? Exhilarating. It is the most high-flying experience imaginable by us. To come together with those like you who have been willing to expose yourself to enough contrast to expand into enough momentum that we get to ride and be. And then to watch you deliberately finding resonance with that momentum until you're flying and riding and funning right along.